Decision to spend leftover Supervisor of Elections budget funds, a calamity that's waiting to happen. He is now weighing legal action against Supervisor of Elections Glenn Gilzine. All of this stems from more than $4 million in leftover money from the Supervisor of Elections tax-funded budget used for Career Source and to create scholarships. I'm Maria Serrano is joining us live in Orange County tonight. Maria, what are the next steps in this dispute?
Tammy, the mayor says he will talk to commissioners, and the point here is that he wants to recover funds that he says were used inappropriately. So he wants to talk to commissioners to see if there is a potential lawsuit here that they can draft. At this point, I can tell you that I've already reviewed both agreements that the Supervisor of Elections did for Career Source Central Florida for $1.9 million and then Valencia College for $2.1 million.
We do not fund the Supervisor of Elections Office to enter into agreements to provide scholarships, for example.
Orange County Mayor Jerry Deming says the Supervisor of Elections had to stay within the scope of their budget, and he didn't. He said to name a scholarship after himself is inappropriate.
It seems like a nice thing to do, except that it most likely was beyond the scope of authority given to the Supervisor of Elections.
With 19 years of experience, civil litigator David Diaz says there could be a civil lawsuit based on Florida statutes that say the surplus of money is supposed to be returned to the county.
I don't believe there's anything criminal here because that would require some sort of malicious intent. However, I do think that it's a civil lawsuit and it's a substantial monies and a breach of the fiduciary duty that the Supervisor of Election has towards the taxpaying public.
For the $1.9 million agreement with Career Source, according to documents, it would be used to cover program costs, including participant training, certification fees, and job placement support for qualifying Orange County residents. According to the contract, the goal is to incorporate voter registration into workforce projects. For Valencia College, at first, the scholarship was a self-titled scholarship, but is now amended to the Orange County Promise of the Future Scholarship Fund.
So the scholarship is open to students at Jones High School and Evans High School. Those two high schools are in an area that we call as a voting desert.
Gilzine told us on Monday the $2.1 million scholarship is for hundreds of students. He says when he took over, he inherited a budget and his goal is to invest it back into the people and taxpayers. Mayor Demings disagrees.
I want to make certain that this situation doesn't repeat itself in the future to the extent we can.
Our civil law expert says that both attorneys from both sides should get together to see if things can be resolved amicably. Now, we did reach out to the Supervisor of Elections Office. They said they do not want to comment on potential litigation.